Hello, it's Kaibaku here. Okay, so on our continuation of this Hovergames project, let's put this over here. So we have our NAVQ. So this computer had me stumped the other day. I've had a bit more of a go of it now, and we had Landon from NXP leave a large comment on my video last night, which I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but it's a good explanation of how the computer's meant to work. And so at the moment I'm still getting used to it. So today what I think I'm going to do is just do basic functions. Just do the camera, just get the camera working, get the camera transmitting, try and get it transmitting to something else. Yeah, just get it talking to things. So just try a bunch of different things that I've tried, and also the things that I managed to get working on the Raspberry Pi, which is like facial tracking, you know, a little bit of AI kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is boot this up, get the Python programs off here, see if we can put them on there and see if we can make it do the same sort of things. So just a bunch of simple processes, yeah, and see if we can get it to do that. And then at some point you have this connector which goes into there, into the flight controller. How does that work? How is this transmitting signals to there, and what is the protocol? So that's another mission for hopefully today. I'm going to focus just on simple things first and see if we can get the hang of the computer. But then, yeah, definitely want to be able to step up to like transmitting signals back and forth. And that's the crazy thing about drones. It's all about protocols. So previous to this, I've built sound system computing, you know, which runs like huge arena sound systems and stuff. Do you know how many protocols we had to deal with? One, maybe two. Maybe a sound web and a lake controller or something, you know, and just network them all together. That's it. Or then like I built video systems for nightclubs. How many protocols are involved in that? One, maybe two. You got a drone, there's like a half a dozen different protocols on different frequencies. You got like the receiver, you got the flight controller, you got GPS protocols, you've got the ESCs, you got now a camera and a computer, you know, and they all got to connect to like various things. They've got to connect to laptops and controllers and through like, you know, serial ports and stuff. These things are covered in serial. These things are covered in protocols. Who would have thought building a flying robot would be difficult? So anyway, that's today's mission, and I'll post regular updates. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is open up QGroundControl. Okay, QGroundControl is talking to our computer, to our flight controller through the antenna. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need to SSH into the flight controller. So we need to know the IP address. We need to set a static. I'll just give the IP address that was working yesterday a go and see what happens. So we type NAVQ at 92.168.1.9. No, it's not that. Not sure. Okay, it turns out the IP address was correct. I just forgot to write SSH. So let's try that again. SSH NAVQ at 192.168.1.9. Yep, NAVQ's the password, and we're in. Alright, so we have this bit of code over here. I'll copy and paste it into the comments or something because it's a bit hard to read. Now this should, fingers crossed, sudo password NAVQ. Alright, it's either the video should be working, or we need to enter this extra bit of code. Oh, actually there was one setting I did yesterday when I fiddled around with this. So you go to Q and the port that you're using, you got to set this one to UDP H.264 video stream. The port is 5000. So if you look in the piece of code that we did yesterday, the host computer you have to set to this computer that you're using, this computer you're streaming to, and the port's 5000. Okay, and then UDP H.264 stream, port 5000. So if you set those up, and there's a low latency mode too there, so we should give that a go. Maybe I'll give that a go when we start flying. So yeah, that's how to get the basic working. There we go. It's working. So where's our camera? There's our camera. It's upside down, but that's okay. Alright, so we got a real basic thing working. We've got camera streaming live to QGroundControl. So that was just a bit of code I copied off one of the tutorials. I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Alright, so that's working. Now we'll try and step it up to something else.